5 years ago, you made a decision. You probably do not even remember it. It was not dramatic. It was not a big moment. It was something small. A habit you started or stopped. A choice you made on an ordinary Tuesday that felt completely insignificant at the time. And that decision is part of why you are exactly where you are right now. Not the big decisions, not the dramatic turning points. The small ones. The ones that happen quietly, repeatedly, almost invisibly. And here is the part that should stop you cold. The exact same process is happening right now, today, in the next 24 hours. The small choices you make today are compounding into the version of you that will exist 5 years from now. And most people have absolutely no idea this is occurring. Stay with me, because in a few minutes I am going to show you the exact math behind this, and once you see it, you will never look at a small daily choice the same way again. Let us start with what compound effect actually means. Most people have heard this concept applied to money. Put a small amount away consistently, let interest build on interest, and decades later, you have something extraordinary from almost nothing. The math is real and the math is powerful. But money is actually the least interesting place this principle operates, because the same exponential mathematics apply to something far more significant than your bank account. They apply to your identity. Who you are is not decided in moments of crisis or clarity. Who you are is decided in the 10,000 ordinary moments nobody is watching. The moment you chose to read instead of scroll. The moment you chose to finish instead of quit. The moment you chose to be honest when a comfortable lie was available. Or the moment you did not. Each of those moments is a data point, and your brain is running a pattern recognition algorithm on all of them constantly. It is asking one question underneath every experience. What kind of person am I? And it answers that question based on evidence, not intentions, not self-image, not what you tell yourself you are. Evidence. Behavioral evidence that accumulates, compounds, and becomes the most powerful force shaping your future. More powerful than talent, more powerful than opportunity, more powerful than any single decision you will ever make. Now here is the mathematics that most people have heard quoted, but very few have sat with long enough to actually feel. If you improve by 1% every day, you do not end the year 1% better. You end the year 37 times better. 1.01, raised to the power of 365, 37 times, from invisible daily margins. Run the same math in the opposite direction. Decline by 1% daily and you end the year at roughly 3% of where you started, not 99%. 3. Same invisible margin. One builds something extraordinary. The other quietly dismantles everything. And here is what makes this genuinely unsettling. From the inside, on any given day, neither one feels like anything. The day you read 10 pages feels identical in the moment to the day you scrolled for an hour instead. The day you had the uncomfortable conversation feels almost the same as the day you avoided it. The day you did the work feels barely different from the day you did not. But they are not the same. They are compounding in completely opposite directions. And the gap between those two trajectories, invisible today, becomes unmistakable in 5 years. Think about someone you know who has been exercising consistently for 3 years. They do not look 3 years older than when they started. They look younger, more energetic, more capable. That is not the result of any single workout. That is 3 years of small choices compounding into a physical identity that most people spend their whole lives wishing they had. Now think about the person who has been meaning to start for 3 years. Same wishes, same intentions, completely different trajectory, because intentions do not compound. Behaviors do. So here's the question that actually matters. Not what do you want your life to look like in 5 years? That is the easy question. Everyone has an answer to that one. The real question is this. What are your daily behaviors compounding toward right now? Not the behaviors you plan to have. Not the behaviors you have on your best days. The behaviors you actually ran yesterday and the day before. And the day before that. Because those are the ones building something, whether you intended them to or not. Here is how to use this, specifically and immediately. Step 1, run the 5-year projection honestly. Take your most common daily behavior in one area of your life. Not the behavior you wish you had, the one you actually do. Now ask, if I do exactly this, at exactly this frequency, for the next 5 years, where does it put me? Not where do I hope it puts me? Where does the math actually say it goes? Most people have never done this calculation honestly, and the ones who have almost always make a change immediately after, because seeing the trajectory clearly is more motivating than any inspirational content you will ever consume. Step 2, identify the one behavior with the highest compounding leverage, not 10 habits. 1. The behavior that, if done consistently, produces the most downstream improvement across the rest of your life. For many people, it is sleep. Protect sleep and focus improves, discipline improves, emotional regulation improves, decision quality improves. For others, it is daily learning. 30 minutes of focused reading in a domain that matters to where they want to go. For others, it is movement. Find your one highest leverage behavior, the one that makes everything else easier. Then protect it like it is the most important appointment you have, because it is. Step 3, make the identity claim before the behavior feels natural. This is the step most people reverse. They wait until the behavior is consistent before they call themselves the person who does it. But the research on identity-based change shows the opposite sequence works better. Claim the identity first. I am someone who reads every day. I am someone who moves their body consistently. I am someone who does the hard thing before the easy thing, and then act from that identity, even when it does not feel fully true yet. Because here is what happens when you do. The brain begins protecting that identity. It starts filtering decisions through that lens. Would someone like me do this? And that question, asked consistently, is where the compounding actually begins. Here is the last thing. 5 years is not a long time. It will arrive whether you design it or not. The question is whether the version of you who shows up on that day is the result of drift or direction. Drift is easy. It requires nothing. It just requires not deciding. Direction requires one honest decision made today and renewed quietly every morning. Not a perfect decision, not an inspired one, just a real one. Made now, with the understanding that right now is exactly when your next 5 years begins. Start today, not tomorrow, not after you feel ready. The compound effect does not wait for readiness. It just runs. Make sure it is running in the right direction, and I am rooting for you, even from afar.